What's up, everybody? Today I just want to talk about classic video games versus today's video games. And to be honest with you, today's video games, there's nothing wrong with them. They look great, they play great, and honestly, I enjoy them. I also enjoy some of the classics. I also enjoy, playing, even 8-bit era, 30-bit era, and pretty much PlayStation and N64. So everyone wants to talk about the nostalgia. Video games were better back then, and they want, say like, hey, they were more fun back then. They want to be as wanted to be back then too. But gaming back then was limited. Yeah, they were fun, they were challenging, but they weren't that fun. Okay, they wasn't great. You got great games like Mario, Metal Gear, Crash Bandicoot, Legend of Zelda. They're always going to be fun, but you got developers putting the time and effort to be fun. It's like, no matter how many times I hear it, like, video games are so much better back then. Video games were so awesome back then, but they wasn't that fun. Like, last couple of days I was playing Crash Bandicoot, and there was a couple of times I wanted to throw my controller at the TV. It's fun, it's great, it brings you back as your childhood, but I couldn't beat it back then, and I can't beat it today. You could go through it and just get the crystals and then finish like fucking the first time in the game and maybe get ending 1. But you really want to go through it, you gotta go play it again, and that's why I kind of like it, because it challenged you to find the ending. Really go out there and collect all the gems. That's what gaming is about. It wasn't cheating your way to get a great game. It wasn't cheating to pay DLCs to get what you want. It was pretty much, it was there. All the package was there. Like, you bought the game, everything was there. You spend $50 for it, and then there you go. Now, today, yeah, I would say they kind of fucked up more in last gen and so on, because the DLCs, the early access, the prepaid games that you want to get before you to play it. It's just like, it's just too much, and the more times you spend on your DLCs and all this trying to make a quick buck, it felt like more like developers were trying less for more. Yes, expensive are today. Video games back then wasn't that expensive, but they were challenges that they had to meet. Today, they're still making challenges, but the fee is already there. All I have to do is program and spend billions of dollars on, the engine and the company and the people, the manpower, and that becomes challenging. When everybody's not having fun with the game, of developing it, we ourselves are not having fun with the game. You could see it. And when people just try and bleed it out, it's like, hey, Call of Duty, blah blah blah, 83, Assassin's Creed, I just fucked my grandmother. It became something stupid. A yearly game shouldn't become a yearly game. You gotta kill the franchise, and that's why when back then was like, hey, we got a game, we make a sequel, a year it comes out. That's normal for a game that come out a year later after the sequel. But usually it's using the same engine. Now, if you want to think about how Nintendo does it, they seek sequels a couple years. They focus on something else. But Mario is always coming out with the new system. It comes out a couple years later. It never comes out a year or even 2 years. It always comes out more. It wants to build a development. It wants to build the audience. Now, even Hideo Kojima, with his first 3D game with Metal Gear, it took him 4 years in planning it and 2 years in development. And when his 2 years in development was that He wanted to get it right. He wanted to get the story right. He wanted to get the gameplay right. He wanted to get the concept right. He wants to feel it. He wants to make sure that he was having fun with it, you were having fun with it. And now, pretty much what it was. Now, I kind of get sick and tired of hearing the company's bullshit, especially EA and, Ubisoft. It's just that we know too much about it. And that's not okay. Like, back then, you only hear it from magazines. Like, what the company was doing with their game, what features were they having, and you kept it small. With the internet, they kept it so big and so outrageous. Now, all the bullshit you already know. You know the game's is gonna fucking suck, and that's it. That's what you had. And most of the time, I kind of see that games today are way easier than it was back then. I have not a problem with that. I don't mind a little easiness coming my way. I want to enjoy my games. That's what I want to do. I want to enjoy it. But again, it's still a great concept of seeing something that, hey, it's movie quality. That's what I kind of dreamed about whenever I picked up the controller. It's like, I want my games to be like an action-packed movie, that it was action-packed. I just want to see that my games mimic my action heroes. So it was just that it was great timing and great expense of it. I love Uncharted because it gets you that feel of being an explorer, feeling like Indiana Jones and making sure that you were really there. You can't do that back then. You got the sense of it, the storytelling of it, and then you kind of reached up of the PlayStation 2 status that, hey, it got even better, than the PlayStation 1, the GameCube, the Xbox. And then you got a lot of kind of games that came out originally, and that was what we're missing today, is originality. And the more that the games are original, then it becomes fun. Not that copy paste shit when we got the fucking 360 and when all the other games want to be a first person shooter. We have more first person shooters than we did on back in the day. It was rare to see a first person shooter on a console. So now we got so much of it, it was just copy and paste on everything. I kind of got turned off last generation because there was not a lot of originality on that. So it was just more of the same shit. So with that, it was like, okay, when the first 360 came out and I was playing King Kong, right? It was mind blowing, and you can say that now. It was like, oh, it's not that. It was freaking mind blowing. The first time I picked up the controller and look at it, I was like, is this a cutscene? I'm waiting for the cutscene to be over. It was that confusing. It was like, holy shit. It was like that awesome. And then I kind of like hold myself back when I play Call of Duty 2. It was like, it's beautiful, it's clean, it's crisp, it's HD. I love it. This is what I want in future of gaming. I want to see more of this. And that's how you saw it. Like, that's why I want to see more of my games, and we got that. We couldn't do that with the PlayStation 2. You had great moments like Metal Gear Solid 2 and 3, Splinter Cell. You see that coming, but yet there was limitations to it. You didn't experience what you saw in the cutscenes. You want to do the same thing you did in the cutscenes, and that was fun. That was mind blowing. So it was something that I wanted to do in a long time. I wanted to talk about this. I want to just bring it out there because people says, oh, being a gamer is dead. It's not dead. It's growing stronger. Like, games coming out in the future are getting better, getting really complicated in round development and getting fun. And that's why I want to see, like, that's what it is. It's become better than I expected. I don't care if fucking people saying that, hey, being a gamer sucks. You can't talk about, Hideo Kojima because he's, quitting the company. The company's done. It's dead. Blah blah blah. It's not dead. He's gonna have a new job anyway. He's gonna make more games. It's just not Metal Gear. It's kind of sad that Metal Gear is gonna be handing over people who's assholes, who's gonna fuck up the series. But anyway, I want to talk about that and think. But my new show is going to come out. It's the history of Metal Gear. I'm going to be talking about that in a couple weeks, and then in something new. And Metal Gear Solid 5, I'm going to do my review. So guys, check that out. So thanks for watching my show, and have a great day.